I spent this last weekend at Gridlife in Michigan, drifting Selena, partying with friends, meeting tons of you guys who have been watching the vlogs for years. And although at the surface it looks like I'm living my dream life, extremely happy, I am, but I didn't used to be. 10 years ago when I first started my channel, I was at the lowest point in my life. I was fresh out of a high school sweetheart breakup. I didn't have a job, I had no money, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. So I started making YouTube videos and distracting myself and started filming with cars. I thought with all this distraction I'd be able to brush off the pain and maybe one day become successful enough to buy all the things I've wanted in life. Any car I wanted, multiple cars, a race program, having tons of friends, ultimately having fame. But I found out that once obtaining these things, I still had the same troubles and worries that I had when I was 18, fresh out of that breakup. We see all these people with all these things that we wish to have one day, and we think that those are the things that are making them happy. It's the fallacy that the world feeds us. We see celebrities with things we want, we see successful rich people with all the things we want, and we think that those are the things that are keeping them happy. One of my ultimate goals in life was to be able to travel all around the world with a full race program. Fast forward 10 years, it's now a reality, but it didn't fix anything for me. We're back at our 4th year here at Gridlife. Look at the activation this year. We got the hauler in the back, we got the big Hunco signage, you got the big Valvoline booth. We even have the Mark V Super here. Let me come show you guys Selena, because the last time you saw it was in Florida when we were test driving it at the Drift HQ. This is the 2nd day, so we were driving the car yesterday and figuring out some issues, and not issues, but the car's a new build, right? So we're gonna run into a couple little things. Guys, Selena is a ripper. Music to my ears, baby. I want to introduce you guys to someone really quickly that if you're like an absolute OG, so many people come up and they're like, yo, I've been watching since the Calvin garage days. That's what everyone says. So if you're one of those people, when I first started to learn how to drift, and I actually bought Selena when she was stock, the friends group that I learned how to drift with consisted of a few different people, but one of those people was this motherfucker right here. Sheldon used to live in San Diego and now he lives in Sacramento. I'm telling them that when I first learned how to drift, that friends group was you guys. Yeah. You guys had like allowed me into your group when I was some punk. Yeah. So all like my drifting knowledge came from Sheldon, Z-Jack, Kyle, but Sheldon's with us this weekend. I had him come in and he's helping us pit, and this wouldn't be possible without them, but I'm so happy that you're here. It's so sick. The car is running great.
It's been 10 years.
It has been 10 years. Absolutely wild. The car was ripping. We ended up having the T4 manifold bolts back out a little bit, and then the T4 manifold gasket blew up, and then it heated our line, and we dropped oil, and the car is good. The boys stayed till midnight last night, got everything working. Thing's an absolute ripper. So I'm stoked to be here, and obviously Valvoline is making this possible. And also, I want to give a little shout out. Tell them what you did.
Set a record, baby, let's go!
Dustin set the track record for a front wheel drive car.
In street class.
In street class, yeah, like not like gutted race cars, but
yeah.
That's a huge accomplishment.
It's insane. How sick is that?
It's
huge.
Absolutely wild.
Yeah, we were killing it all weekend, especially the fact that we were supposed to have the M2 here and we just threw this in the trailer and came. We didn't prep or anything. Sometimes
life just has a way of working out.
That's right. How sick is that? That's crazy. And she just learned how to do 360s on the track, so.
Give a shout out to anyone on the vlog?
These guys, I mean, these are my best friends, man. Like,
yo, shout out to TJ, Calvin, all of my even Dustin. You guys have been putting in work, fam. Bro, yo, flip the camera, bro. Flip the camera.
This guy.
Nothing without him. You guys are grinding, fam. I love the team. I love everything.
I appreciate it.
I came from Toronto. I'm happy I got to see the team here today.
Yeah.
You came live in action, bro. You made me so happy.
That's what's
I'm
up,
so
man.
happy.
Thank
I'm
you,
so
man.
happy.
Thank you.
You've inspired me from being a little kid. Like, from like 12 years old. I'm 24. Almost over 10 years. You and Calvin.
That's fucking awesome. I
Since-
appreciate you guys watching.
Since the Mali days.
That's
Since
OG,
Mali.
dude. It's OG the kids.
All the shops, everything, until you got here today.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. It means the world to me.
I made sure
I
to come to
appreciate
Gridlife 'cause I
watching.
was like, I know TJ's gonna be here, so
Fuck
I gotta
yeah!
go.
Give me my whole trip, real shit.
Thank you.
DJ, sign me right here. Sign me right here.
There you go, brother.
DJ on this bitch. I love it.
There you go.
Thank you, man.
Can I get a picture with you with this real quick?
with it?
Yeah. I had finally done it. I had the big race program. I have a big semi truck with my name on it. Everything I could have ever dreamed for and more, we finally have. But I soon came to realize that this whole entire goal that I thought would solve all the issues in my life ended up creating a whole new set of worries. That is the same that I always had before, but just in a different light. Going and driving and having these things brought the gratification initially when I first got it, but everything came with a price. A very, very expensive price. And this is something all of us can relate with. Finances are some of the scariest things and oftentimes one of the most things that we always stress about the most. If I have this much, or if I continue to make this much, it's gonna make sure my happiness stay maintained or exceed or excel what I want, which ultimately is gonna make you happy. It might look like this whole entire operation is glamorous, and to a degree it actually is, but it takes immense amount of hard work, planning, dedication, and money to operate this. Let me explain. Operation costs. Travel for 4 people to get here and go home. Hotel and food for everyone for the whole entire weekend. Paying crew. Cost to run, tires, fuel, parts, anything that's gonna potentially break. Transportation cost always varies, but trust me, transporting a hauler to and from, very expensive. In a rough scheme, just this weekend is costing $15,500. Now that is excluding how much it costs to actually transport this hauler. And I share this with you guys just to show that how much hard work it actually takes. A lot of things in life that we all want don't come to us easy. They cost a lot, and a lot of times you need to break your back just to make it happen. Now all of this stuff is made possible by our amazing partners, Valvoline, Magnaflow, Guayers, NOS Energy, the list goes on and on. We're able to do these things because our partners help fund these weekends, but sometimes we don't even break even when doing it. Sometimes it even costs me more money to come here than it is even worth. So it begs the question, is coming here and doing this even worth it? The thing is I found that the key to my peace, the key to my happiness for at least a limited amount of time was the seat time it bought me. Being in the driver's seat forces you to be in the moment. You can't afford to spend time thinking about anything else in life. When I'm in the driver's seat, nothing else matters.
How sick is it?
This car is an absolute monster. I literally can't even describe to you how insane this car feels. I don't even forgot, I've never had a car this fast. It just shreds. It f***ing shreds. The gearbox is sick, the quick change is sick, how snappy the new Garrett Turbo is, how it sounds, the backfires. Fuck, dude. It literally is the gnarliest thing I've ever felt. That's what makes it worth it. All the stress, everything. Those moments when I'm in the car, the moments when I'm driving, everything that weighs on me literally disappears into absolute thin air. There's nothing I love more in the world than literally being in that driver's seat. But I soon found that once I was out of the driver's seat and all the excitement and adrenaline wore off, all the original worries and stresses all flooded back in. Everything came back, which was extremely frustrating and confusing, and ultimately it allowed me to realize that I had the same similar feelings when I bought other things that I thought would bring me happiness. Buying my first Lambo, buying an R8, buying every JDM car I've ever wanted, buying a big shop, buying the dream home, which was on my vision board from the very beginning of the channel. When I bought all those things, I felt in those moments I was present. I was driving the seat of the life that I thought was gonna bring me ultimate peace and happiness. It was the same exact thing, but those things lasted a little bit longer. But once that week wore off after I first got it, all those feelings started to slowly creep their way back in. And I was still left with the unsettling unhappiness and stresses and worries and still didn't have peace. So then it became a mission to find ultimate happiness as if I was driving. Find it in a way that wasn't so costly. Find it in ways that weren't ultimately materialistic. That became my friends group, my loved ones around me, family, Sabrina. When I'm with people sharing laughter, sharing experiences, sharing connection, those things brought me ultimate peace and allowed me to kind of find ways to leverage myself to find inner peace through other trials and tribulations from others. Once I made that connection, my friends and family and Sabrina, all those things became my number one thing in life to hold at the highest standard. My friends, laughter, having fun within the moment became everything to me. I need to tie my shoe!
Yeah, that's what they say in the fights. You need to tie your shoe, huh?
Right, scumbag.
I've had a long day, TJ.
Yeah, well, I've been in the nice AC room. I got a lot of energy. I'm on fire.
I'm TJ Hunt. I don't have to work on my own cars.
Yeah? Sneak attack, bitch!
Yeah! Yeah!
Where you going? What's up? Get him, dude! Get him! I'll hold him! I'll hold him! He sucked!
Yeah!
Hey, that's enough. That's enough. A little bit.
You better have that camera ready tonight. TJ's losing a leg. Whoa!
Randy Orton!
Whoa.
Randy Orton!
Dustin, get him!
Randy Orton!
Get him, Dustin!
Hi, mate. Welcome back to today's episode, where today we're going to be jumping some cars and what is this called?
K-Truck?
This isn't a K-truck. What is that?
What's with that fucking Australian accent?
It was British, I thought.
It wasn't either.
Take a trip to the river.
Hop in, Dot. I'm going to give you a real tour of... I don't know how to do accents. I'm so bad.
Sorry about that, mate. Let's go to the river.
Oi, mate.
Oi,
Aye, just hop in the back and get pop a squat in the back, mate. Isn't it nice? You can feel all your mates in here, mate. It's quite nice, mate.
Down the river. I'll shift for you. Tell me when.
Okay, you ready? Oh shit.
This isn't ours.
Shift. I don't know whose it is. They were just like, no one knows how to drive stick. Can you move it? I was like, yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Oh,
What were you doing?
I was in the third.
Oh, no. I was gonna slow down. Here, put me in first. That was not first.
Is that first? First is over here.
Yeah, there you go. 0 to 60. And 3. Yo, it's kind of sick though. Maybe we can nose it. It's kind of cool. So obviously you guys know we're driving Selena this whole weekend, but the Mark V Supra is here. Now this is here because this is gonna be going to Drift HQ to now get a full build, just like we just did on the 350. But we're gonna be, I'm not gonna spoil it, but we're doing a complete new engine setup. It's gonna be spicier than Selena is right now. So that's here because that's gonna continue on the trailer and go to Drift HQ, but we brought both these cars here so we could have both the Valvoline cars together for a photo shoot on Gingerman. That is so sick. I've been looking forward to this moment of having both these cars, both liveries back to back. They've never met.
Wow,
They've never met.
Wow.
They've never met. Selena has never met the Supra. They have like matching liveries. It's just wild to think that Valvoline has that on my car. Both cars. Kind of insane. Every single year at Michigan Gridlife, we have a little tradition. And this tradition started as a joke, but then it ended up just happening every single year. So this is the third year. We're gonna continue the tradition. All right, don't do it yet, but I'm gonna give away this set of my old driving gloves and this first bag to first place. Second place, we'll get this bag. Third place, we'll get this bag. The objective of the game is the first person in the lake and back will get first place. The second person will win second, third person will win the third bag. If anyone's gonna participate, let's all do it from an even line point here.
Full dive in or just touch? Full head to.
You gotta be in, you gotta be in. On your marks. Get set. Go! Oh shit!
Oh my god! Oh god! Let's go, baby!
Fuck you, Bobby.
Oh!
I fell in a hole.
How did it feel? Was it refreshing?
Yeah. Warmer than the.
Alright, okay. First place. Here we go. First place. Good job. Good job. Second place right here. Where's third? Who's third?
Who got back third?
Who's third? Was it you? I Heart Golf Girls? The tradition continues. The tradition. Maybe next year you want to come out and participate in the Hunt and Coast Sprint. By all means, everyone's welcome. I never knew if I was really gonna tell this story, but last year in December, I was really considering about quitting my whole entire YouTube channel. I was going through these mixed emotions of spending 10 years of my life building something that I thought would bring me all the things that I would want, which would ultimately make me feel happy and content and high on life. And when I realized all those things that I thought I wanted only bought temporary happiness, it was like a weird internal confusion and frustration that I had, and it was like this game of cat and mouse. I was working so hard to get all of these things rather than living a different type of life, and although I love what I do, when I'm gearing myself up to work this hard to have these things and you have them and it doesn't bring you happiness, it made me frustrated with myself. It made me question everything I had believed in and everything I had worked for all this time. I didn't really know how to handle it. On my second channel, I talked about it a little bit, but I actually went away for 7 days and I went to like a retreatment therapy camp where I tried to find a little bit of a deeper meaning as to why I felt this way, and I realized a lot of things and I learned a lot of things. One of which was there was a lot of unsettled trauma that I had had as a kid that had led me to feel a certain way or think a certain way or work really hard to get gratification from certain people in my life that I thought that if I worked this hard and they saw me doing these things, I thought that would give me the validation I needed, and it never did. Life can be a very funny and confusing game, and sometimes the things that we have no idea that are about to happen to us can turn into the best things that ever happened in our life. And if we spend too much time worrying about what we want our future to be, we'll end up causing ourselves too much stress and worry about what it might not be. And you'll be in this ever-chasing circle of always worrying about what it might not end up becoming. What's in the past, you should keep in the past, and don't focus too much on the future. Do everything you can to live in the present, because at any day, at any time, life can change in an instant for the good or for the bad. And there's a couple things to learn about stress management. Try not to sweat the small stuff, because everything is the small stuff. When you find nitpicky things that don't go your way or don't happen the way you want to, or you thought it was a failure in your eyes, and you worry too much about them, you're going to be forever worrying about every choice you end up making because you don't want to have it relive those failures. But the failures are what build you to become stronger and better for the upcoming future. Going through everything with Sabrina in the last 3 years has taught me a lot, and I still stress about it, but what I've learned is, at any moment, at any day, at any second on the clock, life can change in an instant. And when you have a loved one or a family member have anything happen that affects their health, it makes you readjust your whole entire perspective on life. All these things that we work hard to get and break our back to do don't mean shit if you don't have anyone to share it with, and you don't get to go home and talk about it with a loved one. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the struggle. When you have stresses, just understand that you have the stresses because it's what you care about. And if you have something you care about, it's worth remembering to live in that moment and enjoy it at its full potential. Because getting to the finish line sometimes isn't as gratifying as the work it took to get there. After I came back from my retreatment camp, I didn't upload on YouTube for about 2 weeks. I really sat with everything I learned and really tried to adjust all my feelings and really come to an understanding of what mattered in life. And that's not to say that I don't love what I do and I want to do it forever, but really understanding that core development of enjoying what you have beyond materialistic items is a really hard pill for me to swallow. And I remember starting my channel, it was a really big encouragement for me to share my struggles and share my issues with you guys, because I have this platform, and I would honestly feel I'd be doing myself a disservice and you guys a disservice if I never talked about this. And I never knew when I was gonna bring it up because I wanted the right time and place to tell this story, and I didn't really know how. And it's honestly a little bit embarrassing to a certain aspect, because some of you guys look at me and you're like, you live this dream life, how dare you have any worry, or how dare you take anything for granted? But it's very easy to get caught up in things and lose sight of what really matters in life. So ultimately, I got back on the horse and I kind of readjusted my mindset, and I'm focusing on things that I really love doing, and I'm trying to not be upset if the outcome doesn't go the way that I want. I feel like my life's purpose at one point was to become this big known name in the auto industry, have Hunt & Co. branding in people's houses. That was my life purpose, but it's really shifted in the last 12 months or so. My life's purpose is to share these types of information and share the stuff with you guys. And my focus has been to, yes, enjoy what I'm doing because it's what keeps me alive and what keeps me going and what puts me in that driver's seat, to always remember to share all the information that I've learned for myself, because if I can help just one person that's watching this behind the screen, somehow it all feels like it's kind of worth it. All the effort and the stresses and everything becomes worth it. And whenever I come to public events and I get to meet you guys are always sharing your testimonies of things that I might have said or actions that I might have done that have encouraged you to push a little bit harder to get through whatever it is you're going through. And that's what keeps me going. That is my why. That's the whole premise behind Keep Moving Forward. So I hope this story kind of gives you a little bit more of an insight that it isn't always how it seems on the outside, and everyone can achieve the same level of happiness if you can just really understand what matters most to you. But that's the hardest thing in life. So it's important for you guys to find your key. And with that, I'll leave it here. Sorry for scaring you guys with this title, but it's a story that I really wanted to get your attention with. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and keep moving forward.